Hello and good evening for this Wednesday, February 21st, 2024. We are getting ready for another season of Survivor, everyone here. Survivor 46. I'm Dave Mader, joined with my brother Jeff Mader and Jaemeel Robinson here on Super Mader Brothers Podcasting, here to look ahead of the season. This cast, we are a week out from this premiere, and this will be our first podcast. How are you guys doing tonight, Jeff?
You know what? Not too bad, I guess. I'm not too thrilled about this cast, but
You're not too thrilled.
No.
Okay.
Nobody really stood out to me as like going to be a great player or anything like that. So we'll see though. Maybe we'll talk.
That just means they're all going to be great players.
Mm-hmm.
Or all bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting old and more curmudgeon-y, and I'm just like, these people
are not impressing you.
They're not impressing me.
What are you looking for? What's going to satisfy you?
I want a good TV character. I don't want people like, I feel like almost everybody, one of these people, like almost all of them, are trying too hard to like sell themselves and like get on the show. And I get it. I get like that's how it works. But I don't know. Like I feel like a lot of them just like don't come across as like genuine. Like that's just like my vibe that's what I get, like, but that's just, I don't know. We'll talk about it. I do feel better about certain people, but for the most part,
Okay, Jaemeel, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. I honestly don't understand some where people were drafted. I don't understand why some people pick people higher than I believe they should have been.
Like Venus?
Not even Venus. Not even Venus. Assuming she's like even a 14th of Parvati. But there are some people I'm just like, that's a lot of belief in someone that does not seem athletic nor charming enough to be in that type of position. And once again, I'm not talking about Venus. There's other people, and I'm going to make sure I mention it when we get to the person specifically. It just sticks out.
But regarding Venus, the one thing that stood out to me is I read this question in everyone's bio. What risks have you taken in your life to make a change for the better, even if the outcome wasn't planned? Do you want to hear Venus's answer?
Okay, yes. Well, we're gonna start with Venus, who's the first draft pick of this pick by me.
I'm your fire, your desire.
Venus Vafa of Toronto, Ontario, Richmond Hill, more specifically, a data analyst, a poker playing, creative writing, short filmmaking, weird as hell, clean, freak. Cleaning is one of her hobbies. Might sound weird.
Yeah.
As hell. She's a clean freak. She's passionate, persistent, and sassy. And you don't want to mess with her. Biggest accomplishment is also the biggest lesson is never giving up. Graduating from university, guys. Like this is what come on, this is good. This is good.
That is like, did she have AI write this answer? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, describe me as someone who with a really tough exterior. Think Regina George from Mean Girls. Wow, yeah. Very topical right now.
Okay, so you guys didn't like this pick, but I had to take the Canadian. I was not going to get another chance. I had the first pick overall, and I was like,
absolutely had the choice to. There were multiple Canadians.
Would you guys not have? Okay, I don't think Jaemeel would have used this.
Look, this is the adversity she says she's come to in her life. I come from a very conservative household. When it came time to choose universities, I was faced with two options. The easy option, a school 30 minutes away from home, meaning I would live with my parents and not have to worry about rent or meals. Or two, the hard option, a school 8 hours away that I would have to fund myself and be on my own for the first time in my life. I chose the section option, and to this day, it has been the best decision I've ever made in my life.
So, what school did she go to? What?
Well, I think she's from Richmond Hill, so she turned down York, and then what would be 8 hours away? Probably Ottawa, or no? That's 6 hours away.
Maybe McGill.
Maybe Thunder Bay. I don't know.
No, not Thunder Bay.
Yeah, I think it's Montreal more likely, or something like that. And so, okay, but come on, Venus first. Is she gonna win Survivor 46? I think she could.
I don't think no.
Right? Oh, hold on. I also want to see. Do I have the promo from? This might be from 45, but I think it could be actually 45.
These 18 strangers have agreed to be abandoned in the island.
Oh, that's 45.
That's 45. The moment I saw the other Canadian pop up.
Right. Well, I thought I had a season 46 promo from like when we finished that last season, but I guess I don't. But anyway, guys, this is my pick. Anyway, so Venus, we've seen two other Canadian women win Survivor in the last few years. I think that Venus could be the third.
If things didn't work out, we could have had another Canadian win.
She's gonna play like Parvati and Sari at the same time.
High bar.
If only this girl got to watch Dee's season, she'd be like, okay, I just gotta find out who is the best at competitions, make him think I like him, and just ride that wave.
Which in the grand that's like a absolute Big Brother type of a strategy,
right? Okay, well let's forget about Venus and let's talk about the second overall pick in our draft, which was Liz, chosen by Amanda.
Shambo? You mean Shambo?
Okay, Amanda. Yeah, Amanda asked if I was going to make fun of her picks, and I said yes. And this is one of them. Okay, the same question because I have to read this one too because it made me laugh so much. What risks have you taken in your life to make a change for the better, even if the outcome wasn't planned? There was a moment in my marriage where I knew it wouldn't work. I decided to leave. No plan or cash. It was really scary. But I just had to go out on my own. It ended up being the best thing ever. And I have more now than I could ever have dreamed of. This is
right.
The accomplishment, yeah. Most proud of. I make my own money.
That's like I wipe my own butt. Like you might as well just have said that, like it's the same thing.
But but then she says, but it's actually the fact that I just truly believe in myself. That's what you're most proud of. Like
she was mute until 7.
She says there's a lot of fake confidence out there. Yeah, hers is real.
She was like, I didn't talk for 7 years, but making my own money, that's A1.
She had a crazy nervous tick and would hyperventilate from the nerves. But now she's a public speaker. You would never guess. She's gonna play like Russell and Sandra, guys.
She's gonna play like Shambo. That's what she's gonna play like.
And she's from Michigan, but she now lives in Florida.
Of course,
and is a marketing strategist. Okay, so this is Liz. She's also on the Nami tribe with Venus. So those two, we'll see if those two get along.
And again, name your 3 favorite hobbies: running, telling jokes, and making money. Making money is not a hobby.
No, she believes in that hustle culture.
Yeah, running's a hobby, I guess, but
I wouldn't even call it a hobby.
It's more, it's more exercise.
Telling jokes, I could say that's a hobby.
Hobby races is like a hobby more, I find, but
no, running is a hobby, especially if people like obsess about it and like craft their whole lifestyle around.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know anything.
You wouldn't know anything about it. Buy special clothing,
no,
that makes it a hobby.
Never. I'd never heard of that. Okay, so Liz, she's a little older at what, 35? Okay, yeah. So let's talk about our next pick in the draft, which was Mariah from the Siga, the Green Tribe. She's from San Diego, California. At 28 years old. Let's talk a little bit here, and chosen by Sean, by the way, in our draft. So
she was smart. She left Florida and went to San Diego. So that's
much better.
A1 for her.
Spot of the world. You don't want to be in Florida.
Yeah. How are we feeling here about Mariah? What's your impression?
I got a good vibe from her, for the most part. Like
she could be the winner. She could be your what you've been looking for.
Sean's been on a roll.
She's a good choice in the sense that I think she understands herself a lot better and how she interacts with other people than some of those before. Right. She seems a lot more, I guess, more down to earth,
driven,
quirky.
Sure.
But
Would you call her sentimental?
Yes.
why is every single person's like bio kind of the same? Like it's like again, one of the largest risks I
Dave.
took was moving to California. When I moved out here, I had a trunk full of clothes, a studio apartment, and a part-time job. I had no idea if my relationship would succeed, if I would find meaningful employment, or if I'd make friends. But I knew I had hit an end in Wisconsin, just like Liz in her marriage, and there was nothing left for me there. So I figured, screw it, why not?
She's also a runner. She completed a marathon her freshman year of college. She's like Jean-Luc Picard, guys. Racing like she's the freshman in the Academy Marathon. This is who we're dealing with here.
Yes, it's just like Jean-Luc Picard, beer brewing, surfing, and Dungeons and Dragons.
right.
what I think of Jean-Luc Picard.
She's a Renaissance woman. You know, like how can you can't slag here too hard on Mariah?
I'm not trying to. I
Mariah
think
Gaynor, she could be the winner of Survivor 46.
I think she's pretty well rounded. She
seems
doesn't
alright.
look like. Is it bad that I say she looks stocky? Like she doesn't look like Venus looks like any type of wind comes and she's flying away.
Right. No, like I feel like like Mariah here has her feet planted on the ground. She says she's gonna play like Nick Wilson.
She's gonna stare at everyone.
Yeah, she's gonna vampire teeth her way through the game.
A ghoulish vampire like Nick Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll come back to her when we talk about the Green Tribe, I guess. All right, fourth overall pick in our draft is David Yelinsky by Jane.
Listen, I don't understand this pick.
Wasn't he in Snatch as one of the pikeys?
Yeah.
Guys, let's okay. What's wrong with Yelinsky? 22 years old, from Las Vegas, Nevada, on the Yanu tribe, the first member of the Purple tribe we're covering here.
What risks have you taken in your life? Dropping out for 1 year after high school was a risk, and that has paid off so far. How did it pay off?
He's 22. Like I guess, and he's on Survivor, so I guess that's what he means. So, look, things are going pretty well for him. Just this.
No, but you graduate from high school long before you're 22.
True. He's been out of high school for a while. He didn't go to college, guys. So he's now a slot machine salesman. He sells slot machines.
Yeah, he went into the family business. Wow, he really went on a limb there.
Well,
out.
That's a likely business if you're from Las Vegas, Nevada. Like, what's your family business? Well, we make slot machines. And you're like, okay, well that makes sense. You know, Las Vegas needs a lot of slot machines.
He's like a carny.
He does. Yeah.
No, well, Yelinsky, he's passionate, confident, and intelligent. He's gonna play says he's gonna play like Fabio, guys.
You say that. That's how he describes himself. That doesn't necessarily make it true. Okay.
He's also Russell Tyson and Rick Devens.
Sure.
All wrapped in one.
They're all very similar people.
His favorite hobbies are carnival games, basketball and bowling, trivia puzzles, magic card games. One of his favorite hobbies is organization.
Honestly, I think he's gonna be more like Handsome Joe. Like he's gonna be good at competitions but suck at the game. That's what's gonna happen with this guy.
And people are not gonna trust him.
He's a huge Swiftie.
Yeah, minus 5 stars.
Yeah, minus. Yeah, you got bumped. Who took him in the draft?
Jane.
It's a weak pick, Jane.
Oh, Jane, if you feel like commenting or even coming in here and saying anything, I won't.
Jane,
she said she would be watching. So
defend yourself.
Yeah.
Say why did you take David Yelinsky as he's known? Because he will not be no one will be calling him David. Apparently, they'll all be calling him Yelinsky, or we'll all is it a smart move?
When you're called by your last name, and there's no other. Is there another David?
There's no other David this season. No, he's just choosing to. He just like prefers to go by his last name, and that's some people do that.
Yeah, infamously,
like Murphy. I don't call him Chris very often.
You know what? Cochran's used to say Yelinsky. I think people are gonna be like, "What's your name?" I'm not. What's your real name? David. Okay, I'm calling you. That's
David. Okay, guys. We moved on from him. No defense here. We got Jaemeel's pick, who came in at number 5. We got what's his name? Hunter McKnight. Hunter McKnight
Hunter,
from
the Daryl pick.
He looks like a hunter.
You stole this from Daryl because Daryl was picking after you. So yeah, he didn't get the chance. This
Yeah.
would have been a Daryl pick.
He looks like he like minus the Hawaiian pineapple shirt. Like give him a plaid shirt and you could put him on like Lumberjacks Quarterly, and he would fit right in.
He's from French Camp, Mississippi. 28 years old. Also on the Orange Nami tribe with Venus and Liz. He seems like all American kind of guy to me.
Science teacher.
Jaemeel, why'd you pick him? Because Daryl wanted him?
No, not because one, he seems like he has a good head on his shoulders, works with kids, so that means he can work with the people on the tribe, because most likely a lot of them are going to be acting like kids. He's highly intelligent. He took a step down to be a science teacher. He seems like a generally good guy, and seems smart, seems athletic enough, seems like a pretty safe high pick.
Valid Victorian of his high school, graduated college in 4 years.
I don't know. I mean, just again, the same question. What risks have you taken for the better? I left a full ride scholarship and direct admission into medical school to come back and teach in my hometown. I decided I could be more impactful teaching here. Honestly, it ended up being an awesome decision. So he decided to leave wherever he was on a full ride scholarship, probably a nice school in like a nice part, like
be a doctor?
nice city. He decided to go back to middle of nowhere, Mississippi, to go teach
French camp.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
And they're in French camp, they need teachers, maybe they needed doctors.
Like, Jeff, your criticism is it isn't that much of a risk, because worst case scenario, he has the grades enough that he could just do it again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can understand that.
He's a little arrogant, he says. He also says he's very adamant. So I don't know. He might come off abrasive here, Jaemeel. He might not be a post-merge pick. I don't know.
But if you understand the issue with people who are arrogant is when they don't realize they're arrogant and try to force an issue.
You're right. You probably will be pretty self-aware. That's kind of that's the most important trait in Survivor.
We need to go back to Yelinsky for a second, because Jane's come in there.
Come on, Jane.
She says, I picked him because he's a salesperson and he's also my husband's name. Good point, Jade. Also, like that, he's from Vegas. A great pick. Jane is ready here.
Jane, you're wonderful.
He doesn't even want to go by David, Jane. He says, don't call me that.
For me. He's leaving it for me.
I'll
be Yelinsky. I'm not that David. I'm not like, so is this the Castaway podcast? Yes, it is. It's actually the Lost podcast. We're there's
David's an other. Yelinsky's
he's absolutely another.
He's another.
Yeah. Okay, so back to Hunter McKnight, the fifth pick in our pick. Jaemeel, this is not a bad pick. I think
it's a safe pick.
How do you have the last name McKnight and you go, let's name our kid Hunter?
He will be Hunter McKnight, and he will be a doctor. No, maybe a teacher.
No, what happens is he becomes a Connecticut Yankee in medieval times. And it's like, Sir Hunter McKnight, I'm going to use science to save the day. He's a character.
Yeah. We'll see. He could be abrasive, though. We'll see.
Dave, I understand it's a safe choice, but given my track record for the last couple of Survivors, I think safe is a good option for me right now.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I do like that he only picked one player that he said he was going to play like, and that was Hayden, because you're probably only going to play like one other player,
Yeah, but it's probably not the player you think. I think it's the reality.
That's
so
true.
Brandon Hands.
Now, Jaemeel, you could have picked Q, but you didn't.
I was never going to pick Q.
Q. Daryl ends up picking Q because you took his Hunter McKnight. I wonder if Daryl would have taken Q regardless if you had.
I don't understand the two buttons there. Like just unbutton the whole shirt.
He's a hairless chest man, Jeff. He's gonna show it off. He goes. His real full first name is Quintavious.
That's better than Q.
Quintavious is a good name, but he goes
that's
like
a solid
Q.
name.
He's just Q Burdett from Memphis, Tennessee, also on the Yanu tribe, along with Yelinsky. So they'll be on a tribe together. We'll see how that goes. He's from Senatobia, Mississippi. Now lives in Memphis, Tennessee. He's a real estate agent. He's most proud of.
What is something we would never know from looking at you? That I can swim.
I would think he can swim by looking at him.
Yeah, he looks pretty athletic.
Oh no, well, I don't think he's talking about that.
Okay.
I think he's
Two
talking
that I
about
can
the
swim.
melanin.
Wait, one that I can
Melanin.
eat. I can eat 2 boxes of pizza in one sitting. That's something you would not know by looking
Bro,
at him.
that isn't a challenge. That isn't a challenge, bro.
No.
And I am a joy to be around. That's something you can't tell.
What people tell me. I think that's what people tell you, like, oh yeah, you're an absolute joy to be around.
If he had a killer look on his face, I could see that. But he's got a very friendly. He's in real estate or something, isn't he?
His
Or-
answers don't go with like his pose in this picture.
No.
They call him a crazy risk-taking friend. He's a very lucky person. He takes chances.
What past survivor would you play the game most like? Bits and pieces from lots of different players.
Never watched
Just
it.
means no answer.
He
Just
said-
basically no answer.
Well, you might as well just said I never watched the show.
Yeah, I don't know. Like this guy, that guy, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You're just all come
You
together. That's
should
cute.
have said Rudy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna play like Rudy.
Yeah. Yeah, like he wasn't necessarily speaking to me when I looked at the cast. I stick by Venus as being chosen over Q. But yeah, okay. So even just of those two working together, Q and Yelinsky, what's your prediction?
Why would they work
Hey.
together?
They're on the
Is
same
it-
tribe.
Oh, we'll see. I guess I don't know. Maybe they're very different kind of people. Like the one's a real estate agent, one's like a carny. I mean,
This could be like a match made in Fiji. So
Fishing, riding 4-wheelers and jet skis, and building houses. Absolutely gonna be buddies with Jelinsky.
yeah, we're gonna see this come together. Okay. After Q, we get to Foster's pick, which is this is fun.
So this is who I'm talking about when I said the lack of charisma from this dude.
Now,
It
Foster
was
said he was
just-
very happy with his pick. Charlie Davis from Boston, Massachusetts, 26 years old, on the Green Tribe
From-
Siga with
He's
Mariah.
from Manchester by the sea.
yeah, have you seen that fucking movie? Like, come on.
Do you think this guy's gonna have
Boston.
he's gonna have that accent?
I hope so.
He's gonna say March.
Yeah,
He's Charlie Davis.
yeah, Charlie.
Chowder.
Charlie. He's a law student. There's always a law student. That was the other thing Foster said to me. They always have a law student. Watch
Oh,
out.
God.
This is what law student
Or a
will be like.
lawyer, and they never want to tell anyone. I'm a lawyer.
Right. I can't tell them I'm in law school. They'll know how freaking smart I am and stuff.
All it
You're
tells
right.
me is that lawyers are extremely full of themselves. That's like every
I
time.
don't
I'm
understand why. Like, because you ask like a lawyer a question, like, I don't know. I learned that in law school a long time ago. Who knows? You know? and
Yeah.
like, well, okay, maybe
I
there's
just
some
I
more
just
to it.
want one time for someone to say, "You're a lawyer." Jeez, like
Yeah.
just start
Yeah.
laughing.
Well, yeah, lawyers used to have like the worst, like, and they still kind of do, but the worst reputations. Like, like that's kind of like everyone's like, oh god, there's so many different lawyer jokes, but like, yeah, but now it's like, oh my god, like you're so much smarter than everybody. It's like, no, you're not a doctor. Like, come on.
He's a cross country runner too. He's injured. He once injured his sacrum, his right femur, left femur, and his right tibia by running. He did all that by running. Wow.
Dave, you're just not doing it right.
Yeah, Dave, come on.
Yeah. Well, geez, maybe he had a fall or something. I don't know. He's kind of like vanilla. This guy to me, like I don't really see
Even his picture, like, are you trying to give me fierce? Like, what is that facial reaction?
I don't like the pose.
Ooh.
I don't like the foot one sideways. It's a bad look for it's a passive pose. One hand on hip. No.
This was the best photo. They probably took a lot. This was the best one they had.
The photographer's like, stand right there, and probably moved his arm on his hip and put your hand down. And he was like, put your, and he's like, "Ugh."
He's like, is this good? He kind of reminds me of like a shorter Spencer.
Well, that's who he said he would play the game most like: Spencer Bledsoe and Christian Hubicki.
Okay.
He's-
I don't think
he's-
he'll be like he's like a nerd. Okay.
He's
so
gonna be like a Spencer, but
all
like
right.
not as good at competitions because he's not as tall.
now here's somebody with a little bit more personality. We got what's her name? Kenzie Petty from Charlotte, North Carolina, on the Yanu tribe, the Purple Tribe. She's 29 years old. She's a hairdresser. That was why Jen had to pick her. She said, on principle, I have to take her. Fellow hairdresser. So guys, what do you think of
Kenzie was actually my top pick. Kenzie was my number
Why
number
didn't you
one
take
here.
her?
Then you could have taken her. She was.
I was
available.
hoping she was gonna drop.
You wanted her as a second pick.
Yes, absolutely.
So she fell in your ranking. But instead, who'd you take? Hunter?
I took
I
Hunter.
don't know. I think you should have taken Kenzie. I think this was.
I didn't
I
like
was-
her answer for what Survivor you would play the most like. Marianne. I'm like, there's only like one Marianne. Like nobody's gonna play like that girl ever again. Like
Yeah, she was something else.
Here's Marianne!
Oh my gosh.
And Jonathan basically said, hey, we're a strong four and you can't break us apart. So I'm just hitting my head being like, oh my goodness. Yes, what you're saying is true, but you couldn't just be vague, please.
like how do you compare yourself to her? I just don't get it. I don't understand who anybody who watched her went, I'm gonna be like her.
I'm gonna be like Marianne.
I guess in
not
terms
Canadian.
of positive, I think being an overly positive person.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? What else do we know from Kenzie's bio?
Jigsaw puzzles, fantasy romance novels, and playing cards.
Okay.
Right?
She's from Michigan.
Yep. She's a salon owner. So that means all those knots.
Yeah.
She's gonna
COVID
be-
shut her salon down 2 months after being open.
Them's the breaks.
Doesn't sound like that went so well. She's savage at Catan.
There you go.
What's
I just
Catan?
have a vibe. I think she's gonna do well.
I do get a good vibe from her. I agree.
I
with
feel
you.
like she's going to be like a strong ally to somebody, like who's actually more in the driver's seat.
that, or she's going one or two. She's
Which-
like out right away.
The right hand person is a good position to be in Survivor as of late.
Of
I
the
find it-
people,
A
yes.
player like her often gets taken out early because like she's viewed as like a threat because she's so out there, or she's so positive, or she's so kind of different than everybody else. And then so we'll see. She's either gonna go far or she's gonna get taken out early.
Whose tribe is she on?
She's on the Purple Tribe, Yanu. So she's on there with Q and Yelinsky of the people we've talked about so far.
Okay, well, so Yelinsky, I think, and her will probably get along.
I can see
Probably
them
not.
connecting.
But maybe her and Q might be.
Q also has a bunch of tats, so and she obviously she likes the tats.
And there's
so.
a
They're
was there a
also
Michigan?
the Michigan connection, and then also the, he's a real estate agent. She has her own, business. I can see them kind of vibing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll see how that Purple Tribe comes out. Okay, let's move on to the next pick. Jeff's pick.
Jeff.
We've gone all the way down here to our what is this?
Which one's the
ninth
first one?
pick.
Gem.
Gem is our next to speak about here. Her full name is Jaemeel Hussein Adams, 32 years old, from Chicago, Illinois, on the Green Tribe. Jeff had back-to-back picks here, so this is the
Alright.
first one. Gem.
So I'll tell you why I took this girl. One, she's not American, so she's that was a big plus for her right off.
she's
the
not
bat.
from Chicago.
No, she's not only that, she's from like Guyana, like which is the French. Is that French Guyana? Like is that or is
South
that
America.
She's from Guyana.
Guyana? I don't know. I just thought like her whole story coming to the U.S. She had nothing. She just had to like make her way. I was like, okay. I was like, if you can do that, you can do well in Survivor.
Are you saying that's more difficult than leaving your hometown and going to California?
Yeah, like I really hope that, yes, or leaving 8 hours to go to university. Yeah, I really hope that like there's no family visits and like there haven't, because if there's like she's gonna be, "Oh, man, I'll see you in 2 weeks." Like she's like, whoever it is, she's like, you know what I mean?
Jaemeel, you are of Trini heritage, and
Dude, I know where you're going with this.
don't Trinidad and Guyana have sort of a connection between the two countries? Am I not mistaken?
They're
very close.
Culturally,
are
I
we
mean,
really?
Well, they're pretty close to each other.
I thought that they had like a kind of a mainland island connection sort of thing.
No,
No?
no. But
Trinidad's closer to Venezuela, right?
yeah, Venezuela.
Venezuela,
Trinidad.
but English speaking, but they're both English speaking too, right? Down
All three are English speaking.
oh, Venezuela too.
Yes.
Okay.
No, well, sorry. I might be wrong. Venezuela is Portuguese.
Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish.
But is Guyana English?
Kind of a mix, right? You're mostly English.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know much about. I know French Guyana, but I don't know.
This is
much
English Guyana,
about English Guyana. Okay.
or just Guyana.
Like, I know I'm gonna get crapped on about this. Majority of the Guyanese people I know, I'm like, you're West Indian, man. You're West Indian too. So, even though they're not part of the West Indies, it's like culture and vibe wise, they have a rich culture just like any other country and everything like that. But like,
Right, like they're not part of the Caribbean, but they kind of, they're
Well, same thing with Trinidad is like a heavy Indo population. So,
what is something we would never know from looking at you? That I'm not Indian. That I'm from South America.
That's probably true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Jem, you touche.
She would probably say something, and I would be immediately. It's like she's Guyanese immediately.
She's on the Green Tribe, guys, with Charlie. Did we talk about? Yeah, we talked about Charlie, the lawyer, the law student, and Mariah. Okay, so far this Green Tribe is boring a little bit to me, though. They're a little bit. I think Jem's the most interesting part of the Green Tribe so far.
International brand mentor.
I don't know what that means.
That's kind of
probably brand strategist. Like
she's probably just marketing though too. Could be
she gets hired as an independent person to help with their brand, their personal brand or the company's brand,
or just dealing with people like the public or selling things. And there's different jobs like that you can people do as short-term gigs and things like that. So
do you know what's one thing I didn't like about her bio though? List 3 adjectives that describe you, and she put hilarious. That's not for you to decide.
She's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's why she's hilarious, because she would be so bold. Now,
Yeah.
Jeff, you had back-to-back picks, so you were like, okay, I have my Gem. Who do I want to round out my team? And you were like, give me Soda.
Yeah, I was like, give me Soda. And I kind of went for the same reason that Jaemeel said he took his pick. I was like, this girl works with teachers. She works with kids. She's a teacher. She just seemed like she had the big personality and probably easy to get along with. So Jem's a little bit more focused, motivated person, and she's more like the Surrey field.
They're different tribes. We got Sodacia Thompson, 27 years old, from Lake Hapatong, New Jersey. Hapatong. She's from New Jersey on the Orange Nami tribe.
She lives in New Jersey. She's from Long Island.
The best answer to any question: what past survivor would you play the game most like?
Season 42.
Wait, season 42 was Marianne's season, right?
Was she 43? I think 42 might have been the wheel of the hourglass of time.
42, I have to quickly look that up. Survivor 42.
Was that Erica?
Marianne. That's Marianne's season.
Oh, it was Marianne.
Lord.
So
Season 42.
This is Marianne and guys. We have a lot.
Also,
Here's Marianne!
Also, you're definitely afraid of butterflies like that. I worry with this girl that she's gonna quit.
Speaking of butterflies, Marianne.
Go from a caterpillar to a butterfly.
Yeah. I picked the girl last year, Hannah or whatever, and she quits and everyone's like, no, don't quit. And she's like, but no. So I worry that she might quit too.
Do you think we'll have any quitters in this cast?
I hope not. But... the way it's been going, Dave, with these casts, yes, I do. I think we're good for one quitter every season now.
Yeah, you might not be wrong, but I don't know if we can pick him out here. That law student, I think he's a runner, so maybe we'll see. I am so proud of the life I have built. I have a great job. Work hard. Honest relationships. I don't know. She's kind of like just whatever for me here. I'm not. Soda's the weaker pick, I think, of the gem soda. combo.
Really?
That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
that's my that's
They're
that's
different. They're very different, so that's kind of why. But I also I find the women do better in this new format season, so I went with 2 women.
Of the last 6 seasons, I think women have won like 5 of them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they've been,
The only one was Gabler, too.
Yeah. So with Jeff having made his second pick, we are now in the second half of our draft. Starting here with Banu. I'm sorry, Banu from the Yanu.
I feel like there's like a killer behind that smile. I feel like it's almost like a video game smile, like where like you make a character and like you're like, okay, now make him smile. Like that's I don't know, like like you know what I mean, like he has like the piercing eyes of a Stone Cold Killer, and then he's got this smile. I don't know.
Well, he could play Superman then, according to
He has a smile of a killer.
yeah.
John
He has got
Peters.
John Peters, right?
Yeah.
Banu Gopal, 41 years old, one of the older people on this cast. Acton, Massachusetts, Yanu tribe, so purple. So he's on there with Kenzie and.
Are you going to say his hometown?
Linsky. Where is his hometown? Sorry. Banu.
Visakatapatam.
What did David?
I'm not the
Visakapatat.
Go
Patnam.
Visakapatam. No, I don't say that right.
Patnam.
I would need to like phonetically spell that out. He's an IT quality analyst, so he is he's an analyst, a fellow analyst, just like Venus. He loves to dance, swim, and do yoga. His greatest accomplishment is becoming a citizen of the United States. He's a proud American. He's got this American T-shirt, guys.
Becoming.
Yeah.
Is he actually a citizen, or is he?
Yeah, he can't say that unless he's accomplished it. So yeah, he is a citizen.
Fair enough. Okay. Because
on his way back, he came
he's-
into
he's-
the country.
yeah, because wouldn't his hometown be Acton, Mass? I guess then.
Back in Visakapatam, he's like, sorry guys, my greatest accomplishment was leaving.
Yeah.
Maybe he still gets along with them. I don't know. John Cochran is who the player he's going to emulate.
I'm very good at making first time impressions. Like, really?
Combined with my
Not for you, Jeff.
expressive social media presence. Oh Lord.
Come on, if that guy. If you saw that guy on a bus, wouldn't you be a little scared? Like,
Well,
just
Well, maybe he has maybe he's a great social media that we don't know about. Like his Instagram.
maybe it's just a bad picture, but I feel like he's staring through my soul.
Let's just have a quick look here.
Okay, he seems more normal now.
You sure?
Okay,
What
maybe not.
is this?
This is his Instagram.
No, but what is he doing?
He's doing
Interpretive dance?
facial expressions play a pivotal role in conveying emotion, storytelling, and adding depth to any dance form. He's doing sort of a dancing face thing. This is Banu Gopal, guys.
He's right. Expressive social media presence.
Yeah,
Is it on ice?
he's on ice. He's dancing on ice
Barefoot, too.
barefoot. Yeah.
And then he just breaks.
Blue couch, grab a seat and some popcorn with your friends.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
That was indirect. That was unintentional, but
I love the comments. This is such a sleigh.
this is such a sleigh. Yeah.
Hope you do well.
Love this choreo. Hope you do well on Survivor. Hey, this is he's
Someone
doing
someone had to set this camera up and film him do this.
Have you ever seen the video of the invisible cameraman where it's like, we're gonna do a proposal, just stand here, and he's like awkwardly in bushes in front of the house?
Yeah, he's doing
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we got enough of
Yeah,
man, he goes on and on.
can,
How many followers? He has only 1,100 followers, guys. I'm gonna
he's
follow
no
him.
Michael Chan. He's no Michael Chan. Is all I
We
have
should
to
invite
say.
him on the show before he blows up. So you want to come on and talk about the season? Okay, let's so Banu. He's not. He Jeff. I think he's safe. I don't think we have to worry about him killing anybody with this.
No, I don't think so. I'm just saying his picture is intense as hell.
Yeah, that's we can't read too hard into this one picture. It's gonna be that. Let's move on to Tim. Josh's second pick. Josh was very happy he got Tim. Tim Spicer from Atlanta, Georgia, on the Green Tribe. I don't know. What can we say about good old Tim here?
Jeez.
Why do we all
coach?
We all passed him over. Why is he in the back half of this draft?
You know why? His bio is like reading a novel, and I just wasn't there for it.
Yeah. His three favorite hobbies are dating his wife. That's dating your wife's your hobby?
Terrible answer.
It's his full-time job. Full-time job. He wants to apply. He wants to get promoted. He wants to get fired. He wants to put in overtime. He wants PTO. He wants MTO. He wants it all. Oh my God,
this bio is bad. I didn't even read all this.
There you go.
I just knew I wanted Venus. So I didn't really look into Tim too hard here. So
did you not see who he picked as who he plays most like?
He wants to play most like Shamar Thomas. Shamar.
Do you know who Shamar Thomas
Shambo?
No.
No, I don't know who
Cameroon. He's from Cameroon. That ring any bells?
No. Like
he lasted 10 out of 39 days.
Who is this guy?
Iraqi war veteran.
I don't even remember him.
From Brooklyn, New York.
I don't. Oh yes, didn't he get injured?
This is a deep cut.
Injured.
This is a deep cut
with his eye. Wasn't it something up with his eye or something like that?
I don't know. Okay, so yeah,
he did leave due to eye infection.
Yeah, eye infection. Yeah, I was right.
Does he know him? Like, why would he pick him out of any?
Well, here we go. However, what is something we would never know from looking at you? I've had 2 eye incidents during my lifetime. Maybe this is why you like Shamar. During my childhood, I got a metal hanger stuck in my eye after jumping off a table. Everything's fine. I live to see another day. Years later, after watching my aunt administer eye drops, I too gave it a try. However, I picked up the nail glue instead of the clear eyes. I glued my left eye shut, which remained closed for 2 weeks. The doctor said it would dissolve and open eventually. Everything's fine. I live to see another day.
That's his greatest accomplishment?
This is something you would never know from looking at him.
It's like, bro, having eyesight is not for you. It's not for you, bro. Like, this is like, what's it called again? Hot Tub Time Machine, where you're just waiting to see if the man's gonna lose his eye. He's like, he's like, he stumbles and he's about to fall on a rock, and he's like, oh, almost. And you're like, damn.
He's a college coach? What does he coach?
A college coach.
Probably football.
Football coach?
He seems like a football coach, not a basketball coach.
Tim Spicer. I need to look him up now. Who are you?
What's your accomplishment you're most proud of? I've listed several accomplishments to spell out the myriad of things.
One of the is making it
work performance. Carter, Cooper. I assume that is his children. Optimistic in all situations. Morehouse College, the college he goes to. Parenthood, love of my life, Jasmine. Introduced Barack Obama to what? A survivor called me back. Homeowner. Making it to 30 as an African American male. Jeez. Traveled to several continents. The second last one made it to 30. Bro, our life expectancy.
It's like 18.
Sorry, I shouldn't say.
Like, did he have a rough life or something? Like, what am I missing here? Like,
he grew up in Arlington, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Is that bad?
Not great. No, but he's from Atlanta. He lives in Atlanta now.
Okay. I'm still trying to figure out what what sport he coaches at what college.
Look,
probably
dude,
in Atlanta.
Look at him. He coaches basketball and probably football.
Yeah. Probably,
He's not coaching water polo in Atlanta.
No. No, I would guess football. He seems like a short, stocky kind of type football kind of coach.
Okay.
I feel like I'm close to the answer here, guys. I haven't quite found it yet.
He's a
But-
team player, a strategic thinker.
What's the- okay, I found this other interview. He says, "What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?" At Morehouse, I pledged Kappa Alpha Psi Pi chapter. Pledgeling, as we call it, is a microcosm of life. Everything that you experience in this process, you will experience in life. That's exactly what happened. You were on nobody's time, but you were accountable for those around you, your brothers. And so I heard a lot of those things I would be up against out here. And I'm like, that sounds like pledging. It is what it is. So that's what excited me. I'm going to have I'm not going to have my phone. I'm going to have to be locked in. I'm going to have to give 100% dedication when it comes to any pledging process. And so with that big prep, that got me comfortable with coming out here.
Well, keep in mind his college that he went to. The most notable graduates are Spike Lee, Samuel Jackson, John David Washington,
Okay.
Brian Tyree Henry, and Martin Luther King.
Okay, well, some interesting, good company to be in school.
Jimmy
with.
Carter has a doctorate.
So you're telling me? Are you telling me Tim here is going to be he'll be the hero of the season, maybe of Survivor?
I think he'll just
Future
talk
president?
about his kids and his wife to a nauseating level, and everyone will want to vote him out.
Dating his wife is his number one hobby, guys. So okay, so I think we've had our fill here of Tim. Let's move on.
I kind of wish Skalinsky,
Also,
Jelinski went to Morehouse College. That would have been awesome.
the first achievement that he had to was the most jarring. Jaemeel, achieving work performance metrics. What does that mean?
That means you hit your numbers.
Hit his numbers. Yeah,
You hit his numbers.
Numbers of he's a coach.
he got whatever he was meant to. Whatever they were judging him on, he did it.
He likes Coach Carter. That's why he put Carter there. And he got all of the people on his team to pass their
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Coach Carter?
They all wear suits too.
Yeah, and he likes Cooper shoes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, guys, let's talk about Ben for a minute here. Ben Katzman from Miami, Florida, also on the Green Tribe with Tim. He went 13th overall, chosen by Daryl. Why did Daryl take this guy, guys? What's your
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I don't know either, to be honest. This
Well,
guy
what was
weirded
left?
me out. I was like, no, I don't like this guy.
If someone put Jelinski's bio to this thing, I would
Yeah.
say, okay, makes sense too.
Yeah, because
Right.
Daryl didn't take Randon, and Randon, who we'll talk about in a little bit, seems like more of like the natural Daryl pick, but instead he goes here with Ben. I thought that was interesting.
You know what accomplishment he's most proud of? Being alive. He says, being alive today and being able to share my journey with my family and students. Pursuing the arts can be grim, but it is doable, and you have to have a good head on your shoulders. Getting to teach students how to express themselves and see them come to their own.
There's like a
personality
common
based-
theme here of like teachers and
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
learning new things. I don't know, like we'll see. I'm not really sure what to make of this season's like the theme. I wish I still had that clip from when they previewed the season, but it was all sort of about like the process of getting on the show and why they choose these people, I guess, over other people. So he's a musician, this guy, professional guitar player. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And he's like
Played with many groups and stuff.
and a music teacher. All right.
He's from Miami, so he's got stories, but
Yeah. He's regular, goofy, fun, self-loving guy. Okay. I don't know what else to say about Ben. He seems all right. I don't know. Like, okay, what tribe is he on? He is on the Green Tribe.
with Gem.
Like people
Gem.
gonna like his stories. I don't think they're keeping him. This dude.
Will Ben and Tim get along? That's my first question.
I don't know.
Also, I appreciate the man, but like when I looked at his face and then I looked at his age, I was like, damn.
Ben is 31. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 31. Seems a little. Looks a little
had
older than that.
He spent some time on the road, if you know what I'm saying.
He's from Miami. His hometown's Miami. His current residence Miami. He's never left.
He has a good smile. So
He got a smile. He's got a nice tiger shirt. You know?
that shirt is brutal.
Yeah.
If the shirt was by itself and not with those overalls, maybe. But my
Yeah.
gosh, it does not work, bro.
It's not. Not to mention, is this how he dresses in Miami? I don't think so.
He's like a black dude with a hoodie.
Not maybe that shirt, but not those overalls. That's what I say. Guys, let's talk about your next pick. This is Jameel's second pick, Jess.
Jess.
So Jess, from San Francisco, 37 years old. Jessica Chong, on the Yanu tribe with purple. She's on there with Yelinsky and Banu and Q and all those guys.
There's no way they're getting rid of this girl at all. This woman at all.
Will she be in charge? Jess will be in charge. Jess Chong.
So is she Canadian too?
Yeah,
She
she's from Toronto via Hong Kong. So so we'll see how much that comes into play. She's not in the same tribe as Venus, the other Canadian.
They keep the Canadians separate.
I wonder
Keep them
how
separate.
I wonder how many hours she had to, go away from home to go to school. I mean, do you think it was more than 8?
What, you mean when she lived in Toronto?
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
Do you think she lived in Toronto or she just said Toronto?
She said Toronto, but she's gonna play like Marianne, guys. She also plans to play.
Right. Everyone's
This is
gonna
like
play
a
like
theme.
Marianne.
Everyone's gonna play like Marianne. This is gonna be a chaos season.
She's not
Everyone's
playing like Marianne. She's gonna play like Gabby, probably not Ty.
One can hope that like there will be like 5 Mariannes of this season.
They're like, you just keep pressing that sound clip that you have over and over again.
Yeah,
This is like a crowd of
if
people.
they're all like, "Here's Marianne," but there was like 6 of them at once.
I thought she reminded me a little bit of you.
Yeah. You think Jess reminds me of you? Reminds you of me?
Yes.
I'm the Jess.
Yes. Binge watching 80% of a TV show, panicking about what time is gone, and then reading recaps for the remaining 20% of the show online.
That is very you, Dave.
That's kind of me. Okay, Jess Chong, I'm with you. This is a good pick, Jaemeel.
Watching her video, she seems like she's very personable. She seems highly intelligent. She seems that she's in good shape and not like an intimidating shape. She looks like she can handle herself and she's not going to deteriorate after the 19 days of the season, right?
She can
Venus,
sew her
on the
own
other
clothes.
hand, looks like she's already, I don't want to say malnourished, that's mean, but if Venus misses a meal or two, I worry about her safety, is what I'm saying, in terms of her body, the way her body structure is.
She's an identical twin. That's interesting.
Well, there you go.
She
The
played
100.
she's a rugby player.
Once again, stocky and
Yeah, it's a theme.
She can type 140 words per minute, which is something you would never know by looking at her. Which I don't know how you can tell who the fast typers are. But,
who's going? I don't believe that.
Look at her
I've seen a
fingers.
fast typer. You don't
Yeah.
look like a fast typer.
You don't look like one.
Maybe she has stocky fingers.
Maybe. Like we can't see them very well with this pose she has in the photo.
She did it on purpose. She's trying to hide her fingers.
Okay, I think Jess is we'll see how she does, but she's on that dang what
I took
purple tribe.
I took Jess. Wasn't necessarily the next up available in my draft order.
Mhm.
2 persons down actually took my pick. That was actually Hyder. But I just had a feeling when I watched Jess's video before the draft, I'm like, you know what? I'm changing my mind, and I picked Jess over Raiden.
All right, let's move on to another member of the Yanu tribe, Tiffany. Jane's second pick here, guys. Tiffany. So what do we know about here of Tiffany? Tiffany Nicole Irvin, 33 years old, from Elizabeth, New Jersey. The last member of the Yanu tribe we have to cover. What do we know about Tiffany? Guys?
Is it bad to say that I know enough Tiffany's?
You know people like Tiffany. You
I
can
know
tell?
people like Tiffany.
How so? Who we want? What can
Want names? I'm not going to name names.
No characteristics. I was like, what
I just mean like, you can't really tell her what to do. Anytime she is challenged, she wants to rise to the occasion. Is she able to? She tries to. she is very.
Her friends tell her she lives in a land of rainbows and unicorns.
I love playing the lottery. Like what? Like you might as well say I love setting my money on fire and watching it burn. Like I understand what you mean. Like
Look, the lottery is basically a longer form of slot machines.
Does eating out count as a hobby? No.
Wait, it depends on what type. Bong.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I have absolutely no filter. That gets me into trouble.
Yes. Also, like people I know. That's
yeah. Well, okay. Look, Jane, I think mostly picked Tiffany because she wanted 2 members of the same tribe. Because Jane, that's always Jane's draft strategy. By the way, she likes to have 2 people. Like, so she had already had Yelinsky, right? That was who she wanted. So she had Tiffany of the people left was the only member of Yanu. So I think that was the main criteria for why she was selected.
past survivors you'd play the game most like Jeremy and Shan.
She's a habitual yeah, like Shan. I was like, Jeremy or Shan, that's weird. Habitual procrastinator. I don't know. Like, I'm not feeling Tiffany, guys. I gotta say. But
She's someone who's going to be challenged, and she's going to. That's what's going to motivate her, being challenged.
I
so
think
she's going to do poorly, and then
first
she's
boot.
going to be challenged.
This will be
You
a
think first boot. Ooh.
I say first boot here.
Yeah, she's got first boot written all over.
I think unless if Yanu goes tribal first, I think that she could potentially be the first boot here. I think she's not necessarily going to go, but I mean, hey, I've been wrong before, so maybe this this will. Her and Yelinsky are going to set the game on fire, but somehow I doubt it. I think more likely we're going to see players like Kenzie on that tribe and even Jess. But who knows? Maybe Jess and Tiffany here will be allies. Maybe not.
Maybe.
All right. Was it okay? Let's move on from Tiffany. Okay, this is, as I mentioned earlier, we have Randon, who I would think would be the Daryl pick. Instead, he took who did Daryl? Daryl took Ben instead. Remember, so with the overalls. So, guys, Randon. What do we know about Randon? He is 41 years old. He is same age as Banu. He's on the Nami tribe, the Orange tribe. He's from Orlando, Florida, and picked by Sean here.
I actually think I should have picked this. I don't know how this guy dropped to Sean. Like Sean has 2.
I was going to take him, but Jess. I don't think that's a.
Was that Jane?
That was Jane and Jane Way. Sorry. No, that's not the right. I needed this folder to come up here, but okay.
You should name her Way Jane. Way Jane and Jane.
Why is that happening every time I pick on that? Okay, I don't know.
But yeah, I think this guy will do well.
I think so too.
I liked how short his bio was. He's smart. He's in aerospace. Like he's
persistent, passionate.
He's like, I moved to another state. It was tough. That was it. What do you want?
He's from Brooklyn.
So,
He's an aerospace technician.
To say he was going to play Xander, though, that was a bit of a red flag. I'm like, Xander is like
candy.
20 years old. You're like 41.
Yeah, and he didn't win.
Yeah,
he didn't win.
But he was a Xander fan. Do I have any Xander clips on?
I think this guy's going to play like Dominic. But he probably didn't watch that season. He's like,
this is Xander candy. This is like my kind of food.
Yeah, this is Xander candy.
Oh my god.
He's determined not to be last. I think that's a great motivator.
I don't represent a people.
I don't represent a people.
But hey, I don't care.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just reliving my Xander. I was like, you're going for Xander. This is the Xander vibe. Even though he's like 20 years older than Xander.
It lives in Florida, though. Oh, no.
Is Orlando? Is that better?
It's better, but not great.
Yeah.
It's better, but great. Okay. So he's on the Orange tribe. Okay. Finally, I guess it's not quite finally. So we're down to the final 2 here, guys. So Amanda had to pick between Tevin and Maria. She chose
Sophie's choice.
She chose Tevin. So we're going to talk with Tevin first here. Tevin, who was taken 17th, second last in our draft. Tevin is also on the Orange Tribe along with Venus. He is 24 years old from Richmond, Virginia.
Did you know that when his friends are asked to describe him, they get into like an hour-long monologue about him? Because that's how long his paragraph is about to describe himself.
Oh wow, he's an actor.
Of course he is.
When asked about a biggest risk, he went back to the 8th grade when he decided to be in a Beauty and the Beast musical. Like, I mean, like really? Like that was your answer?
I remember him most from like when we saw the preview for this season coming up, and he was somebody that stood out in that little footage. They were like coming up in this season.
He definitely stands out. I'll give him that.
Yeah, so I feel like I think he could be a big part of this season potentially. I think like the fact that he went here second last is usually a red flag that he's probably going to win the game or come very close to winning the game. So
it'd be the biggest personality on the show.
Yeah,
right. He says he's going to play like Marianne and Cochrane put together.
Okay. Whatever that means.
This is the Marianne season.
It's the everyone watched. Listen, they gave Marianne was required watching for this season. Clearly,
yeah.
Like, we just want a season where everyone's Marianne. Can you do that casting department? They're like, well, we can push that part. Like anybody who was big into Marianne, we can push them forward.
Get some Canadians. Come on.
Yeah. He finished magna cum laude at the Dean's List each semester when he was I don't know, in school, finishing school.
Finishing school.
Anyway, how does Amanda feel about Tevin?
I haven't asked her, but I don't know which pick was worse. Honestly, really. I mean, probably her first one. Actually, I think
Liz, because she could have picked anybody and she chose Liz. She could have picked anybody but Venus. But
I don't think it was a good. I think she made a bad pick on her second pick overall. This one, it was one or the other. I do think she probably made the right pick and picked this guy.
Well, okay. Well, she didn't pick Maria, and that's who I end up getting assigned, of course. Why did Maria get passed over? Why is Maria last pick here? She's an older woman here at 48.
Parent coach.
Green Tribe.
I want her to go to what's his name and go. I'm a bit of a coach myself. What do you coach? Parents.
Maria Shrime Gonzalez from Dallas, Texas. Green Tribe guys. She's what do we know about Maria?
She's authentic. She's a good friend. She's determined, resilient, incredibly competitive. Right.
She's a parent coach. She coaches people to be good parents.
Why is everybody's bio like I moved away from home? I went here and I did this. And
I think it's the theme of the season, like people who left and they had to survive out there in a new place.
Yeah, a new place. It's not easy just picking up and doing something new.
Yeah, you have to get out there, like really put yourself out there. That's like the quintessential part.
I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta dig.
You gotta dig. She
Yeah,
ate a sheep's head.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta dig deep.
She was Miss February in Salsa Vixen swimsuit calendar.
Got lost on the Champs-Élysées when I was a little girl. Like, why is that something you put in a bio? Like, what? Like, in what world? Like, is that something that you go? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to include that.
She learned how to whistle. She never learned how to whistle when growing up, and she has an obsession with untying knots.
Guys, this is a great pick you've assigned me here, like because like I feel like she could go far. Why not? She got lost at Champs-Élysées in Paris when she was a little girl. Never learned how to whistle. The session was untied. That's weird. Dre Wheeler. Who's Dre Wheeler?
From Survivor 42. I had to look it up too. When you see her, you remember her, but I'm like,
okay,
all right,
Natalie Anderson. Okay.
She told Omar about her advantage, right? Which caused her plan to leak.
So does answer of season 42 of what player she likes most is pretty accurate to this season. The whole
so everyone saw season 42. It seems they
had to.
They had to.
Right.
She wants to be like Natalie Anderson, not the actress.
Well, all of these people are sort of like. Okay, like so, let's. I'm not totally bummed out that I got. What's her name? Maria.
Is it Maria or is it Maria?
Let's say Maria. Okay, so let's just talk about the three tribes, guys, like as they stand. So then you got Nami here, this orange tribe consisting of Hunter, Liz, Randon, Soda, Tevin, and Venus.
Okay, Venus looks a lot more athletic here, but still.
Her arms are very thin.
I think that this team is going to have to be carried by Hunter and Randon. And I'm not so sure what Randon's bringing to the table here. So,
wait, who's the other guy on their team?
Tevin.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if Soda's like pretty athletic, then they'll be okay. But yeah,
I don't think Soda's very athletic.
Yeah, probably not. But
that's my impression.
She's gonna be the base.
Yeah,
she's gonna be the base to lift people up.
What about Venus?
She's not lifting anybody up, but she's gonna
be lifted. They're gonna throw her.
Yeah, she's not gonna be able to dig deep.
Fastball special.
What about Liz?
Shambo. Shambo vibes, I swear.
I can't believe Amanda picked her second over.
Yeah. Like here, they got the first two picks here. We got
the first two picks, and
we got three of the top five here picked on this tribe. I don't know. We'll see how that does overall in the results here. Let's look at their competition. We got the green tribe in Siga. This is the more like I don't know. I don't know exactly how to describe their vibe. Generic, yeah, that's a good way of saying it. I feel like this is the generic crew.
So,
I don't think they're going to do well, guys.
Yeah, they're gonna get
smoked.
My Maria, I feel. Do you feel like you would pick orange over green right now just by looking at them?
Yes.
I feel like you're right with that. I feel like that seems correct.
The guys are stronger than their guys.
The orange has stronger guys than green. Yeah. But I think that the women too are also stronger.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna see how this goes. Okay, then let's look at purple. The Yanu, which they seem fun.
They're gonna murder these other teams.
They're gonna murder the other team. So basically, it's gonna be between green and orange or whatever for
last place.
For they're just gonna smoke. I think, but watch, it'll be the opposite. This team's gonna suck and not be able to do anything. But I don't know. Their women are the strongest by far.
Yeah,
by the looks of, because you got Jess, you have Kenzie and Tiffany, who all just in this photo, you're like, we're not messing with them. Right, just them, and then and then they got
Banu there in the background.
Banu, Q, and who's this other guy?
Is that what's his face? David.
Is that Zielinski?
Zielinski.
That's David.
I didn't recognize him. He looked more like Cochran. I was like, how did Cochran get on this season?
Zielinski's gonna do some Carney.
He's gonna be Joe. He's gonna be Joe Anglem, but not as good.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me one bit. He'd just be some freak of nature that just kills everyone.
The one who looks most different to me here is Kenzie, who she seems like a lot shorter than I thought she was.
Yeah,
that picture did make her seem taller.
Right? Yeah. When you get a picture of them individually, it's like much better to look at these pictures because you're like, oh, okay,
right.
What's the guy on the left's name again? Is that Q?
That's Q.
Q looks pretty.
He looks very different in this photo.
Yeah, he looks pretty jacked. He's gonna do well,
and he looks way more approachable. He looks like so much more like, hello, look at my unshaved chest in the other one, right?
Yes.
So
I think this team is just gonna murder people. They seem agile, stronger.
Let's talk about the actual draft teams themselves. Who got who? So Amanda here with Liz and Tevin, both of the Orange tribe. I don't know. We'll see how Amanda does. Maybe she'll win it all. Oh, where am I going? Daryl's team with Q of Yanu and Ben of Siga.
This is probably going to be Daryl's second best season.
Wait, what?
Ever.
Oh, is Ben on the green team? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Guys, this is the best team of them all. You got Nami and you got Venus of Nami and Maria of Siga on Team Dave.
Dave, I wish you luck.
Any comments here on how great my team is?
I said More than
Dave,
love.
don't forget that I also get to talk like Mork from Orc with my team picks. Yanu. Yeah, that was her other motivator.
You're wonderful. You're
Yeah,
wonderful.
okay,
Dave.
where's Team Jane? We have to go to Team Jane because she wanted Yanu as her thing. That's not a bad thing. So yeah, she had Yelinsky and
in
Tiffany.
retrospect, Jelinski is growing on me.
He's I don't know. He might be better than we think here, guys.
Oh, he probably will be.
Jameel, you have Hunter and Jess. This is not bad.
I think this is like the safest I've ever chosen in this game.
Yeah,
I
like
think.
these are two solid picks. I think. I think
I
that
need
Hunter's.
I need good placement this year.
I think this will be true for most of these draft teams. That the second pick, in most of our cases, will do better than our first pick. You know, 'cause the reason
fair
we
enough.
pick them, that seems to be historically true when you look at the results of our draft. Usually, the people who go high don't typically go on to win. Because we pick them because we go, oh, they maybe they'll win, and then people go, let's vote that person out. They look like a winner type. So Foster said he didn't know he was going to get two members of the same tribe. He would have avoided this if he had thought it through.
That's his issue. Gotcha.
With
Okay.
Charlie and Tim. Yeah. Yes,
Oh my
this is
God.
the issue I had to bring up earlier. Yes, this team is the most boring team. Foster has picked the most. This is a.
Why
We have
does
to give him
Charlie look like a younger version of Cam from Modern Family?
He died. He looks like Jason Bateman in the 80s.
Teen Wolf 2, Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. This team's boring. I'm not cheering for Team Foster. I'm sorry. It was my team. Okay, we talked Daryl, Amanda. Okay, I think that's all the teams, right?
No, I need to get my team in there. Where's my team?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff with the snake team. Jam and Soda of Siga and Nami, respectively.
Siganami.
Siganami. Not Yanu. It's Siganami here with the Gem Soda combination. This team's all right, I think. I don't know. Like, where's Soda gonna finish in the game? It's hard to say. I feel like Gem will.
She's
be
the Marianne of the season. Like, you know. Like,
They can't all be Marianne. Like everyone's wants to be Marianne.
They're all going to be pointing in a circle.
And Jen. We ended up with Jen's team. Also a Yanu combination.
Like, look, I like Kenzie a
Kenzie
lot.
and
We'll
Bonnie.
see how it goes.
Yeah. This could do well. I think, like, because we just said that we think purple's going to dominate the challenges. So this could be a very solid team here. And Sean, who has Mariah and Rand.
A returning champion, right? So.
is the
also
winner on this team?
the winner. I think Mariah is
more likely to win than Randon.
I think Mariah actually is the smartest pick of our like top 10. In some ways, because I feel like she's the most like solid. Also a Siganami combination.
Siganami.
Yeah.
She was high up on my board too. She was very high.
So who went the high? Who went too high the most here? Was it Venus?
It was Liz.
Yeah,
It was Liz. Liz at number 2.
Shambo at number 2 was too high.
That's too high for her.
This
But
is
that's
an
what-
Amanda. This is such an Amanda pick, though. Amanda would always pick a player like this.
Yeah.
So
Amanda goes for the oddballs. She doesn't pick like the most athletic or anything.
she
like
picks
that.
like she's like, I like that. I'm always like, oh, Amanda's gonna go for that.
She's
So-
I like their spirit. They have
I like their
good-
spirit. Yeah, that's what Amanda's looking for.
Who went too low?
Who went too low? Maria. I got her, so I'm gonna go with her.
Yeah, that's probably true. She probably did go too low. She's not gonna give it up first. I don't think.
Jess went pretty low.
Jess went pretty low. Yeah.
Tiffany.
Tiffany, seeing her on that tribe, I was like, oh, she's gonna be good.
Yeah, like I might be. I may, like it's hard to because when we look at their individual photos, it's before like they're with their team, and then when you see them with their team, they're like, okay, now I can get a different feeling.
You get like a scale.
Also, you read somebody explain themselves to you, and you go, oh, I don't like this person.
Like when you look at this, right?
Yeah, but then you look at a picture like this, you're like, how did I not see it? Why did I not pick Q? Or what?
Yeah, because you're like, oh, give me that guy, right?
Yeah,
But when you look at the other photo, you're like, I don't want him. And then you read some of his answers, and you're like, that's dumb. Right?
Jelinski's looking like a dude who's smoking packs outside of a club versus like
he's got the Charlie Sheen.
oh, let me
2.5
show you.
men
Let me
shirt
show
on.
you the best slot machines you can buy in Vegas.
Let's go back to Siga here. Siga's
Jeez, this is
again,
the-
I can't handle
that
these
little
guys.
shrimp kid is the tallest on the team. And he's not tall. He's like 5'9", 5'10".
He can run, but he might get injured.
Yeah,
I feel like the
break his
quitter
leg
is,
in 4 places.
the quitters on this team.
The quitters on this team,
Yeah.
and I think it's probably
Is it-
the girl in the middle.
I
I don't know who that is.
I'm
but
surprised Gem is that tall. I thought she was
too.
shorter.
who's
Or
the girl
it's
in the middle?
Who is she? Good question. 'Cause she looks very different here. It's not Kenzie, right? No.
No.
Who is she, guys?
Yeah, I'm not recognizing her.
This is Green, right?
Yeah.
Is it Mariah?
Yeah, it must be.
It's Mariah, who was our
Which-
third overall pick. The one we said was smart. Sean took her where he did.
I'm not so sure about that pick anymore, guys. I don't know.
No, this is her part of her strategy. She's camouflage.
Maybe.
She blends in. Like she's gonna guys. Mariah might be the player that didn't go high enough. That's what we're gonna be saying by the end of this. Okay,
This,
and then
that outfit does not do her any favors at all.
let's come back to Nami. I feel like this tribe is going to not do well. This is my prediction here.
Is Liz gonna have like a Minnesota accent? And
Yes.
that's what the vibe I'm getting from her in this picture.
Actually, this team is getting decimated, guys. In the
So
challenge,
you saying it's pagonged? It's gonna get pagonged.
Orange always does bad. Orange slash yellow always does bad.
I predict that they will lose the first 2 challenges or 3, and then they'll have to do a swap to try to fix it. after that.
Liz or Soda are going out first on this tribe if they lose.
Soda, I don't like Venus. I feel like Venus is not who they'll vote off first, but I will have to see how she does in the challenges. If she's not great in the challenges, Venus is done. I think because she looks like you could blow her over with a gust of wind.
I hate to say it.
This isn't like this. She's coming in, guys, like this, like basically weighing like 80 pounds here, probably.
Yeah.
After 28 days of not having no food. I'm not liking Venus's shot here so much.
That's just the word when it comes to like these shows,
right? Like I think Soda, comparatively, is probably going to be better suited to last longer out there, because there is still this idea that this is a survival challenge. I think we sometimes pretty much forget about that part and go, it's all strategy and who's going to work with who, but.
They don't eat much, that's for sure.
They don't eat much. You're living day in and day out. No showers, no outside connections.
When you're basically the second coming of Kate Moss, I don't know. I don't know about that.
But that's our Canadian representation, guys.
She's so thin.
Though she's one part of the Canadian representation.
She's one half. She's the true Canadian.
Wow.
The one who didn't leave. The one who
traitor.
Traitor left the country. Never
Why aren't you paying taxes?
Wayne Gretzky left.
Oh yeah, him too.
Him
Get
too.
it. Yeah. But he played for the Oilers, so I don't care. But I was happy to see him leave in that respect. But that's a tangent, guys. Anyway, that's our. So I don't know, Jeff. Are you feeling any better about this cast after we've talked about it?
Not really.
There's some cool dynamics. We're getting more 90-minute episodes. Are you feeling good about that?
No, I don't like that. No, I'm not a big fan of the 90-minute episodes. Unless they did like 2 tribal councils in the 90 minutes, then I'd be more for that. But having to wait, it's brutal. It's too much.
Cut down the episodes like in half the time.
Yeah.
If they did two tribals.
If they did like 45 minutes, right? Because that'd be do 2 tribals in an episode. I'd be for 90-minute episodes. But.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we need a shakeup here. We need like a new format. But I was talking to Foster about it tonight, where they filmed this right after the end of last season, so it's probably going to feel very much like last season. This season, in all reality. So for better or worse, if you liked last season, then you're probably going to enjoy this season. But we're going to get the same thing. We're going to get the finale that right there in Fiji where they're
The terrible pizza.
where they're going to eat pizza and like they're going, he's going to ask them questions like seconds after the vote's already complete. And you get that sort of that version of the ending. And I feel like we need to go back to maybe to the live audience or something like that, for the finale.
I don't know about the live audience.
Maybe not a live audience, but something that's going to feel different. I feel like a final 2 is another thing I would like to see them return to instead of final 3.
How are they going to do? Are they going to do Fire 3?
Yeah, you go back to doing like the like the challenge they did when Rudy didn't hold his hand on the post or whatever, and there's 3 of you left and it's an endurance and the final whoever are the last 2 or whoever wins that gets to decide who they take to the final 2. You can do it like Big Brother style. So I would that's big. It works for Big Brother, and why can't it work for
Does it
Survivor?
work for Big Brother?
It does. Yeah, I wouldn't want them.
I'm kind of bored with that final.
Or
2.
flip them. They should trade. They should be forced to trade so that Big Brother goes down to final 3 and Survivor goes down to final 2 instead of reverse. This is my request, my hope, my dream. Will I get it? I don't know.
The new Marsha the Moose. You're going to be the one who makes that decision. Choose that.
That could be.
To our first Canadian winner.
To Erica.
To Erica.
Or to our 3rd Canadian winner coming this season, Venus. If everyone
You
wants
mean
to play
Jess.
like Marianne, they
Jess.
should make Jess.
Yeah.
To say, we'll see. All right, guys, we gotta get out of here. We talked about this season enough. Let's wrap it up. We'll be back for the premiere. Do you guys know what the name of the episode is? Survivor 46.
Nope, I don't know.
I want to know. It is called "This Is Where the Legends Are Made." That wouldn't be the name of the premiere.
So they could play. They could use a tagline in the videos. This is where legends are made.
Right. This is where the legends are made. All right. Well, on that note, we are going to leave you on a Jeff Probst quote, and we'll see you for the premiere in 1 week's time.
Keep doing what you're doing. I know you're getting tired. I know you're on fire. It's hot out here. Your hands might be getting numb. Your body's stiff. You're afraid to move. All of those things are part of the design of this challenge. You have to overcome it right now. If your leg goes to sleep, rely on the other one.
See you next time, everyone.